TV lovers, as you can tell by the title, I'll probably be ranting and reviewing about the latest Young Justice episode. So March 3rd, yesterday, there was a new episode of Young Justice. And I was probably a little insane and probably ranting a lot about this episode because I don't have a really script and I'll just be ranting on about the episode. So Young Justice returned from finally month after month of hiatus. God damn it, writers, why are you torturing me like this? But the new episode, didn't disappoint. It was really good. So it was about how these five sorcerers, mainly Clarion the Witch Boys, kind of in main control, have kind of vanished all the adult from the planet and leaves the team, Zatanna and Billy Batson, to save the world. And I mean, they're just teens and kids, so you think what is gonna happen. But since the episode was most based on Zatanna and Billy Batson, it was really interesting because I'm kind of fangirl of Zatanna. I have a girl crush on her. And Billy Batson is just a sweetest little boy that you just like. Can you be my kid? Because he is so sweet. In Zatanna, you get to see her develop more and interact more with the team player and the team to become more team player. She basically have a connection with Artemis already and kind of with Robin, but I don't really ship Robin and kind of Zatanna because Zatanna will always be Batman's because it's like that to me, and Dick will be always Barbara, and that will never ever change. So when the TV show kind of plays odd couples together, but that's fine if you ship them, go ahead because they're a kind of cute couple. But okay, on to our episode. I'm sorry, I'm so sidetracked. But the episode was fairly interesting. It had a different. It kind of wasn't just like a Gone, like by Mojo Grant kind of book, but it was more interesting. It had a little twist to it, and it was really interesting. Okay, I'm just ranting on, but you kind of see the relationship between Zatara, which is Zatanna's dad, and Zatanna, and it's kind of how the feeling of parents letting go their child when they know that their child is growing up, and it's kind of hard for them. And at the end of the episode, it was kind of really sad. I kind of got a little overwhelmed in Robin's case about the parting of Zatara and Zatanna, and it's kind of really heartbreaking. But at least you know that she's moving on, and he's kind of moving on as well, and Zatanna joins the team in the end. And at the ending, I wish there was a little more onto the ending because Zatanna and Robin almost had a moment. It's not like they didn't have a moment before, but they almost had a connection about how they're now basically orphans. And it was really touching, but really disappointing at the same time. She just only looked back at her and left the room, then didn't really sit down with her and kind of talk to her about, hey, I know how you feel, because I am an orphan as well, and everything's gonna be alright. But I guess the writers didn't write that in. That's okay. But yeah, and I think in the last clip or so, I think that you get to see how all the team member, well, not all, but most of the team member rushing back to their parents, and it's kind of really heartwarming. And I basically viewed another Young Justice episode review, and I kind of spoiled myself as well, and about kind of a secret in the Young Justice League. And yeah, kind of disappointed. I'm not gonna tell you anything about that, but the episode coming up sure sounds super interesting. You just kind of like, oh my god, can I just have it? Which I think if you're a Young Justice fan and don't know about this, now on Tumblr, people have been ranting and kind of just tumbling like crazy about this new episode leak. But The episode I think is in a different language, like a Turkish language, I believe, but it's episode 20 about Wally, about Wally's birthday and his final dream, well not final, but a really big dream of his to become a part of the Justice League, and that dream gets kind of crushed, and his task becomes kind of a delivery system, like a delivery job. But I think there might be a little surprise for him in the end. I didn't watch the episode because I don't want to spoil myself. I just want to wait till next week. Yeah, so that's the next episode 20, which I love Wally. He's just precious, so I'm really excited to watch that. The first episode about Wally, kind of the Doctor Fate one, was a disappointing one. I mean, didn't play Wally to his full potential, the funny, kind of quirky, kind of witty kind of guy, and tone it down to some serious kind of person, which was kind of disappointing. So that's the next episode about Wally. The next episode will be about Miss Martian. Oh, I'm sorry if anybody watching this video have any clue about the show and anything about probably me right now, is that I don't like Miss Martian. I mean, she's sweet. I mean, the voice actress Danica, I swear to God, I want to be her best friend. She's amazing. But Miss Martian, I think this is a writer didn't write her really well, and she doesn't really have a big. She does have a fan club, but she's also have a little hater club as well. So you can review her secret in episode 21, which I'm kind of actually as well get interested in because there's so many secrets. I love secrets, and they're finally getting revealed. So that's the episode 21, which I'm kind of excited about. And then there's episode 22, which is an episode I've been kind of like surprised about, and kind of when I first read what's about, I'm like, wow, this is probably gonna be the best episode onward until it stops for the season, I believe. So it's about Superboy returning to Project Cadmus. Right? I mean, that's super interesting. And where he learns a top secret genetic lab has maybe creating another super clone. I mean, how that first episode of Young Justice just caught me because it was about Project Cadmus. It was so interesting. And can you imagine him going back there and finding a big secret there as well, and another super clone? That is super interesting. I cannot wait. That's probably my most wanted to watch episode. So I cannot wait for March 24th. You better not disappoint me. And then I think the last episode, of the season, and I don't know. I might even like this episode more depending how they play it out, but it's about Roy and Artemis. I mean, Roy is just any episode he's in, I swear to God, it's gonna probably be the best episode ever. I mean, Target, episode 10, my favorite episode of this, of all the episode I've seen, of all the 19 episodes I've seen, because Roy Harper's in it, Cheshire was in it. The tension between them is just really, really kind of hot and steamy, but not in that way. It's kind of like, that they're flirting, but they're kind of, because one is the good, one's the baddie. You just know that there was something going on. It's really sweet. And episode 10 Target had a lot of good animation. I don't know if it's the animus and those writers and those animators who likes Red Arrow and stuff, or Cheshire, that kind of just makes the episode better or not. But anyway, Roy Harper's in it. And the last episode of this season has Roy in it, and with Artemis finding out kind of the secret, her darkest secret, what had been building up for episode after episode after episode. And I wonder if the mole is gonna get revealed. I think I have a hint, and my sister and I kind of hint. I'm pretty sure it's kind of obvious now, but I cannot wait for that because Roy's in it, and you can find Artemis' secret. This rest of these episodes seem to be all secret based, which I cannot wait. So all these until end of March. Every Saturday morning, you know where I'll be in front of TV watching Young Justice. So hopefully every week I'll be having a kind of review on these. So comment on how you like these kind of videos. Do you like them? Do you hate them? Do you think I talk too much, or you just don't know what the hell I'm talking about? But just give me feedback. So if you liked it, like, comment, and kind of subscribe to me, and just keep me going. So yeah, so that's it. So bye guys. Probably see you next week.